Folks, I'm shocked and I'm appalled. You just heard this is a Randall's grocery store parking lot. That's what this is to Weber and Coria, who you didn't even get to meet. You didn't even get to meet a supervisor that said, hey, these trucks are so badly jammed together, we had to pull them off with a loader. That means a tractor, a forklift. Not just move them. And folks, I drive in F-150. It's parked right over here in the court's parking garage. And I work cows for a living, and I've had bulls run into it that doesn't make dents like this. This is an F-250, 3/4 ton pickup, hitting an F-150. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Now, Coria, I was going 3 to 5 miles an hour. I thought I was on a dirt clog. Okay, Mr. McGee pointed to a dirt clog in the photograph. Folks, that won't stop at F-150. What will stop at F-250? What will stop it is an F-150. Remember Coria? Again, you didn't get to meet him, but you heard his testimony that says, I didn't even see Mr. Infante. What do you think about the 3rd time you saw Mr. Infante? Why was he running into Mr. Infante? Was it because he was mad at him? Why did he keep doing it? Now, remember what we say, what I say, what Mr. McGee says, and what Ms. Weems says is not evidence. No matter what we say or how badly you want to believe it, it's not evidence, what we say to you. What's evidence is what you be taken back to the jury room with you and looking at, and the testimony you've heard. You heard from Mr. Infante. You heard from Dr. Grider. You heard from Alfredo Coria, and you didn't get to meet him. Paul Messick, supervisor for Weber, didn't get to meet him. These worker folks didn't come down here. That's evidence. That's what you get to take back to the jury room, and that's what you get to decide whether Mr. Infante was hurt and whether this injury deserves monetary funding. That's what it is. Now, remember back when Mr. Infante said when this wreck happened, Paul Messick came up to him and said, hey, please don't tell anybody about this wreck. Just lay low, we'll take care of it. Why did he do it? Did you know what? Eric went to the Harris County Toll Road Authority and said, hey, I'm writing this down, I'm filling out the proper incident reports to make sure it's documented. He filled out every blank, including his injuries. It's not that he had to just willy-nilly throw injuries somewhere. You'll see this report, and he filled it out in minute detail for the Harris County Toll Road Authority. Weber didn't. Weber didn't go fill one out because they wanted to lay low, and you folks to never find out about this. Now, you'll get to see evidence just like this. Let's see, Dr. Pervez's records. Look at these affidavits. Not only does it say that medical charges were reasonable, they were necessary, and they were caused by the May 25th, 2010 collision. That's what their sworn affidavit, these medical treaters that treated Mr. Infante, that's what they're saying. Look at every one of them. Now, Dr. Grider, who's been paid about $4,000 from this gentleman and his clients, what opinion do you think he's going to give? One that keeps these folks coming back to his office to give more opinions on that, to say folks aren't hurt. He said that MRIs show definite injury. But I don't think they're related to this, right? What else are they? What are they related to? Again, this evidence you're taking back, this is Weber's. They don't have one past MRI, one past medical record, a doctor's report. They don't have anything to tell you that this treatment that Mr. Infante received is totally unrelated to this wreck. They don't have it. And folks, you think I'm mad? I'm mad. It makes me very mad. Because it's not there. All they brought to you is, Eric's a bad guy. Please don't give him any money. That's Weber. That's company cover-up. Please don't pay somebody we hit and ruin because he's a bad guy. Please don't get duped by that. You've seen this evidence. You've heard from these folks. And there's no evidence to suggest what they're saying. gentleman that could have went any other direction. You can see from Exhibit 8 that Mr. McGee put up. Why did he have to go that route? Did he hate Mr. Infante? I don't know. He could have went any other route besides going the route that could have caused his own death by falling off this high-impact overpass. And he chose to do it, and he chose not only to hit Eric once, but twice, but 3 times. Now the damage that you were hearing from, I believe it was Exhibit 8, I want you to look at that one. This one right here. He said, there's no way this could have been the 3rd impact because there's no damage to the Weber truck on the fender well. This bumper lines up right with that light. Folks, you have eyes. Mr. McGee knows you have eyes. If you remember Mr. Infante, Corey had hit him once, pulled up 10, 15 feet, hit him again, pulled up again. That's when he said, what is this guy doing? And hit him again, and then tried to pull off, and that's when Mr. Infante said, wait, you gotta stop. And where he ended up is where the last photograph that Mr. McGee showed you, it's where he ended up. And then remember, they had to get a front loader, a forklift, a tractor to pull these trucks apart. And you heard Corey's own supervisor admit to that. Now, folks, again, I know you've been attentive since we conducted the board out. Y'all paid attention to the evidence. You're going to get to review the evidence again. This was not offended evidence. Mr. Infante was injured because of it. And this is his only day in court. And as I told you in board ire, the only thing you can do legally is translate human pain and human misery into dollars and cents. That's all you can do. Don't let Weber fool you or Mr. McGee fool you that all these things they say are evidence, they're not evidence. We'll have the evidence